Good afternoon, everyone. Let me begin by asking you a simple question. Who do you call when things go wrong? Who do you turn to when the world feels like it's spinning out of control? Now let's flip it. Who calls you? These are not just people in your life, they are your anchors, your compass, your quiet strength. These are your friends. And today I want to talk about the secret power of friendship, a power we often underestimate in a world that glorifies independence and individual success. True strength is found in connection, not independence. We live in a world that often celebrates the lone warrior, the person who seems to succeed without any need for others, effortlessly carving their own path. Independence is championed as the ultimate virtue, the thing we're told to strive for from a young age. The narratives we hear, whether in business, sports, or even personal growth, tend to revolve around the idea that you are enough on your own, that the measure of strength is what you can achieve without help. But when we really step back and examine what makes us strong, we realize that it isn't isolation or self-sufficiency, it's connection. Human beings are by nature wired for connection. Look at any period of history, any society, any culture, and you'll find that people thrive together. Our earliest ancestors didn't survive by going it alone. They survived and flourished because they relied on one another. Communities were built not by individuals acting in isolation, but by individuals who brought their strengths to the group, who leaned on one another, and who supported one another through challenges. The need for connection isn't just historical, it's biological. Studies of the human brain show that social bonds activate the same reward systems as basic needs like food and water. This isn't just coincidence. Our need for connection is embedded in who we are, as much a part of our survival as anything else. Yet despite this, so many of us continue to measure ourselves by how independent we can be. We're reluctant to admit when we need help, seeing it as a weakness instead of a strength. We convince ourselves that we should be able to handle everything on our own, to figure out every problem without guidance or support. But the truth is, isolation doesn't make us stronger, it makes us fragile. Independence without connection can leave us feeling burned out, lonely, and overwhelmed. True strength isn't about how much you can carry on your own. It's about having people by your side who can help shoulder the load when it becomes too much. When we embrace connection as a source of strength, something shifts. It's not just about the practical support, though that's important, but also the emotional resilience it brings. Connection with others helps us feel seen and understood. It reminds us that no matter how difficult life gets, we're not facing it alone. Knowing that someone is there for you, whether they're physically present or just a call away, can make all the difference in how you navigate challenges. And it works the other way too. When we're there for someone else, when we show up for others in their times of need, it deepens that bond and strengthens us as well. There's a common misconception that leaning on others makes us weak, that relying on someone is a sign of inadequacy. But let's reframe that. Strength isn't about never falling, it's about being able to rise again. And the people in our lives, the ones we connect with on a deep level, are often the ones who help us rise. Think about moments in your own life when you've faced struggles, whether personal or professional. What pulled you through? Was it sheer grit and determination, or was it the presence of a friend, a partner, or a mentor who reminded you of your worth when you couldn't see it for yourself? Connection also fuels our ability to grow and learn. When we surround ourselves with people who challenge us, inspire us, and support us, it pushes us to become the best version of ourselves. We grow through those moments of shared vulnerability where we can admit our fears and uncertainties and find encouragement instead of judgment. In the space created by meaningful connection, we are given permission to be our truest selves. And in that space, true strength is cultivated. This isn't to say independence doesn't matter. There is value in knowing you can stand on your own feet, that you can take action and make decisions independently. But independence should never come at the expense of connection. The strongest individuals are often those who understand the balance, those who know how to stand on their own, but also when to lean on others. Strength and connection are not opposing forces, they are complementary. When you allow yourself to embrace the strength that comes from connection, you begin to see the world differently. You see that you are part of something bigger than yourself, that your relationships are not just a backdrop to your success, but a crucial element of it. Connection reminds us of our shared humanity, the thread that binds us all together. It's what transforms adversity into resilience, challenges into opportunities, and individuals into communities. Friendship fuels resilience, creativity, and well-being. At first glance, these might seem like separate parts of a person's life, but they are deeply interconnected, with friendship being the thread that weaves them together. Resilience, creativity, and well-being are not just desirable qualities or goals. They are necessities for navigating the challenges of life. And while personal effort and mindset play a role in cultivating these qualities, the truth is that friendship amplifies and sustains them in ways we might not fully recognize. When life feels difficult, when setbacks or obstacles arise, resilience is what allows us to keep going. It's the capacity to bounce back, to adapt in the face of adversity, to stand strong even when the ground beneath us feels unstable. But resilience isn't built in isolation, it's built in community. Friends provide the kind of emotional support that helps us regain balance when we're knocked off course. They listen when we need to vent, remind us of our strengths when we feel weak, and offer perspective when ours has been clouded by worry or self-doubt. Simply knowing that someone is in your corner, ready to stand by you no matter what, creates an emotional safety net that gives you the courage to face difficulties head-on. Beyond emotional support, friends can also offer practical help that bolsters resilience. Think of a time when you felt overwhelmed, whether by a project, a personal issue, or a series of demands pulling you in all directions. Having friends step in to assist, share resources, or simply provide encouragement makes challenges feel more manageable. Resilience becomes less about the weight you can bear alone and more about the strength you draw from those around you. Creativity, too, thrives in the fertile ground of friendship. We often think of creativity as something that happens in solitude, a writer secluded at a desk, a painter lost in their studio. But creativity is often sparked through interaction and collaboration. Conversations with friends can inspire new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking that wouldn't have occurred in isolation. A casual comment during a shared meal or an exchange of ideas over a cup of coffee can lead to breakthroughs you never anticipated. Friends challenge us to think differently, to see things from angles we hadn't considered, and to push boundaries we might not have dared approach on our own. Moreover, friendship creates an environment where creativity feels safe. To be creative, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to share imperfect, unpolished ideas and face the possibility of failure. Friends provide a space where you can take those risks without fear of judgment. They cheer you on, give constructive feedback, and remind you that growth comes from trying, even when you don't succeed. Creativity isn't just about producing something, it's about exploring possibilities. And friends are often the ones who encourage you to take those first steps into the unknown. Well-being is perhaps the most obvious area where friendship plays a transformative role, yet it's often undervalued in its impact. Countless studies have shown that meaningful social connections are directly linked to improved mental and physical health. Friendship reduces stress, lowers anxiety, and combats feelings of loneliness. When we spend time with friends, our bodies release oxytocin, a hormone associated with bonding and feelings of happiness. This isn't just a fleeting effect, it has long-term implications for our overall health. Reduced stress leads to lower blood pressure, better immune function, and even a decreased risk of chronic diseases. The emotional impact of friendship on well-being is profound. Knowing you have someone to talk to, someone who genuinely cares about your life, provides a sense of belonging that is essential to mental health. It's easy to overlook how much it matters to have someone check in on you, remember your milestones, or simply ask how your day was. These seemingly small gestures have a cumulative effect, creating a foundation of emotional security and connection. Friendship also encourages healthier habits and behaviors. When you're surrounded by friends who value self-care, it's easier to adopt similar practices. Friends motivate each other to exercise, eat well, and engage in activities that nurture both the body and mind. Even something as simple as going for a walk or cooking a healthy meal together becomes a shared experience that contributes to overall well-being. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about friendship is how seamlessly it integrates these benefits into our lives. Resilience, creativity, and well-being aren't isolated phenomena. They overlap and reinforce one another, creating a ripple effect that impacts every aspect of who we are. When we feel supported and valued by our friends, we're more capable of weathering life's storms. When our creativity is nurtured through shared ideas and encouragement, it enhances our sense of purpose and fulfillment. And when our well-being is prioritized through connection and care, It enables us to show up as our best selves in everything we do. Friendship doesn't just enhance these qualities, it forms the foundation that allows them to flourish. Deep, meaningful friendships outweigh surface-level interactions. In a world that constantly bombards us with opportunities to connect, from social media to networking events to casual encounters, it's easy to mistake quantity for quality. We're told to grow our networks, add contacts, and cultivate an image of being connected to countless people. But when it comes to true connection, the numbers don't matter. What matters is depth, the rare, irreplaceable bond shared with those who genuinely understand and accept us. Meaningful friendships go beyond pleasantries and superficial exchanges. They dive into the real stuff, the things that matter most, the hopes, fears, dreams, and vulnerabilities we rarely share with others. These friendships are built on trust, the kind that allows us to drop our masks and show up as our authentic selves. When you have someone who knows you at this level, the connection becomes a lifeline. It reminds you that you're seen, valued, and loved for exactly who you are, without the need to impress or prove anything. At first glance, surface-level interactions may seem fulfilling. The shared jokes at a party, the smiles exchanged during a casual encounter, or even the comments and likes on social media can give the illusion of connection. But these interactions, while pleasant, often lack the emotional substance needed to sustain us when life becomes difficult. When challenges arise, moments of heartbreak, loss, uncertainty, or self-doubt, surface connections rarely offer the depth of support we need. It's in these times that the value of meaningful friendships becomes undeniable. There's a vulnerability in forming deep friendships that can make people hesitant. It requires effort and emotional investment. It means allowing someone to see beyond the surface, beyond the carefully curated version of your life. And this vulnerability is both the risk and the reward of true connection. Without it, relationships remain shallow, leaving a sense of emptiness even when surrounded by others. But when vulnerability is embraced, friendships deepen into something transformative. The willingness to be open, to share honestly, and to listen without judgment creates a bond that cannot be easily broken. Deep friendships don't just improve the quality of your emotional life, they have tangible, measurable benefits. They reduce stress and increase resilience by offering a safe space to process emotions and challenges. Friends who truly know you can help you see situations more clearly, offering insight or encouragement that feels tailor-made because it comes from someone who genuinely understands. Studies have shown that people with close friendships tend to have better mental health, live longer, and recover from setbacks more effectively. These aren't random coincidences. They are the result of the profound impact true connection has on our well-being. The richness of meaningful friendships isn't limited to their emotional benefits. They also elevate our personal and professional growth. When you surround yourself with friends who encourage you to pursue your goals, challenge your assumptions, and celebrate your successes as if they were their own, it becomes a powerful motivator. Deep connections provide accountability and inspiration that push you to strive for more, not out of competitiveness, but because these friends see your potential and believe in you, often more than you believe in yourself. Forming and maintaining deep friendships takes time, something that feels increasingly scarce in a fast-paced world. Yet these relationships require attention and care, just as any valuable pursuit does. Deep friendships aren't the result of grand gestures, but of small, consistent moments. Checking in regularly, being present, remembering important details, and showing genuine interest in the other person's life. These moments, seemingly small, are the building blocks of the trust and closeness that define meaningful friendships. Deep friendships are also defined by reciprocity. It's not about keeping score or expecting a perfect balance, but there's a mutual willingness to invest in and prioritize the relationship. This reciprocity creates a sense of equality and respect that strengthens the bond over time. A meaningful friendship thrives when both parties are willing to support each other, whether that means celebrating joyful moments or providing comfort during difficult times. One of the unique characteristics of meaningful friendships is their ability to endure. While surface connections may fade with changing circumstances, jobs, locations, or interests, deep friendships have a resilience that allows them to withstand the test of time and distance. These bonds adapt and evolve, remaining rooted in the mutual understanding and care that formed them in the first place. In meaningful friendships, there is an irreplaceable sense of belonging. It's the knowledge that no matter what happens, there are people in your life who will stand by you. This sense of belonging creates a foundation of security and confidence that carries over into every other aspect of life. The world feels less daunting when you know you're not navigating it alone, and deep friendships ensure you never have to. Surface level interactions may offer temporary moments of connection, but they often leave us wanting more. It is in deep, meaningful friendships that we find the richness and depth that truly sustain us. Strong social connections enhance mental health and longevity. We often hear about the importance of eating well, exercising regularly, and avoiding harmful habits when it comes to living a long and healthy life. While these factors are undeniably important, there is another critical piece to the puzzle, often overlooked: the power of social connection. Human beings are inherently social creatures, wired to thrive in communities and relationships. Our ability to form and maintain strong bonds is not only crucial for emotional well-being, but has profound effects on both our mental health and physical longevity. Research has consistently shown that people with strong social connections are healthier and live longer than those who are isolated. These connections can come in many forms: friendships, family relationships, romantic partnerships, or even a sense of belonging in a community or a workplace. What matters most is the quality of these relationships. Meaningful social ties create a buffer against stress, offer emotional and practical support during difficult times, and contribute to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment. One of the ways strong social connections enhance mental health is by providing a space to process and regulate emotions. Life is unpredictable, filled with challenges, losses, and moments of uncertainty. In isolation, these experiences can feel overwhelming. Having someone to talk to, a friend, a loved one, or even a trusted colleague, allows us to externalize our thoughts and feelings. This act of sharing lightens the emotional load and fosters clarity. When someone listens with genuine care and understanding, it reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles. And this alone can be a powerful antidote to feelings of despair or anxiety. Social connections also offer validation, which is essential for mental well-being. Being seen and heard by others confirms our value and reinforces our sense of identity. It's one thing to believe in ourselves, but hearing encouragement, support, and affirmation from others reinforces our inner strength. These moments when people show up for us, whether through kind words, a comforting presence, or acts of service, enhance our self-esteem and help us navigate life with more confidence. Physiologically, strong social connections have a measurable impact on the body. They lower cortisol, the stress hormone that, when elevated for prolonged periods, contributes to a host of health issues, including high blood pressure, heart disease, and weakened immune function. Social interactions trigger the release of oxytocin, often referred to as the bonding hormone, which promotes feelings of calm and trust. And this biological response to connection is a reminder that our bodies are designed to thrive when we are in harmonious relationships. Loneliness, on the other hand, has a detrimental impact on health. Studies have likened chronic loneliness to the effects of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's not just a feeling, it's a state that affects the entire body, increasing the risk of depression, anxiety, cardiovascular diseases, and even cognitive decline. The absence of meaningful social ties creates a void that affects the mind and body in ways we might not immediately recognize, but can be as harmful as any other risk factor for poor health. Strong social connections also play a significant role in longevity. People who feel connected and supported tend to take better care of themselves. This isn't just because they're motivated by their relationships, but also because others often encourage healthier habits. Whether it's a friend inviting you to join a workout class, a partner reminding you to see the doctor, or a family member suggesting ways to improve your diet, these small nudges collectively contribute to better long-term health outcomes. Another fascinating aspect is how social connections protect and promote cognitive health. Research has found that people with robust social networks are less likely to develop cognitive impairments and dementia as they age. The interactions, conversations, and shared experiences keep the brain active, engaged, and challenged, fostering neuroplasticity and preserving mental sharpness. The stimulation that comes from socializing is a form of exercise for the mind, much like physical activity benefits the body. Moreover, having strong social connections provides a sense of purpose. Knowing that you matter to others, that your presence brings joy or comfort, gives life a sense of meaning. This purpose is not abstract. It translates into real motivation to take care of oneself, to stay active, and to continue contributing to the lives of those around us. In this way, social ties are not just beneficial, they are life-sustaining. Social ties are not erroneously mutual. They are ethically factual, moral, and even social connections also provide protection during life's inevitable storms. Adversity and hardship are universal experiences. But people who are socially connected are better equipped to cope. Knowing that there is someone to turn to, a friend to call when you're overwhelmed, or a family member to lean on in moments of crisis, can significantly reduce the emotional and physical toll of stress. These relationships act as a cushion, absorbing some of the impact of life's challenges. The reciprocity of strong social connections adds another layer of well-being. It's not just about what we receive from others, but also about what we give. Helping a friend in need, celebrating their victories, or simply being there for someone else fosters a sense of belonging and mutual support. It's this give and take that makes relationships dynamic and enriching, creating a cycle of positivity that feeds into our mental health and vitality. Genuine friendship requires effort, vulnerability, and presence. In a world where convenience often drives our decisions and interactions are increasingly mediated through screens, the concept of cultivating a real friendship might feel daunting or even antiquated. But true friendships don't simply materialize. They are built intentionally, shaped by the care, attention, and energy we're willing to invest. To build something meaningful, you have to be willing to go beyond surface-level interactions and commit to the practices that sustain a deeper connection. Effort is the foundation of genuine friendship. It's about choosing to show up for someone, even when it's not necessarily easy or convenient. There is a temptation to believe that friendships should be effortless, that if they're meant to be, they will require little maintenance. But meaningful relationships, like anything of value, require work. Effort in friendship looks like consistent communication. Checking in, not because it's expected, but because you genuinely care. It looks like remembering the little details about someone's life, showing up for important milestones, and being there when times are tough. It's understanding that friendship is not transactional, not about what you're getting in return. Instead, it's a mutual, unspoken commitment to care for one another. There will inevitably be moments when schedules clash, when life gets busy, or when the energy to engage feels hard to muster. This is where effort becomes intentionality. It's about carving out time, even when time feels scarce, because the friendship matters. It's about prioritizing the people who matter most, instead of letting relationships drift due to neglect. This isn't about overextending yourself, but about recognizing the value of a true friend and choosing to nurture that bond through consistent actions, not just occasional words. Vulnerability is another essential ingredient in genuine friendship, and it's often the most challenging. We live in a society that rewards confidence, control, and self-sufficiency, often at the expense of emotional openness. To let someone see the parts of yourself that feel less polished or secure can feel terrifying, yet this is where the magic of connection happens. Vulnerability is what takes a relationship from surface-level pleasantries to something transformative. It's the willingness to say, I'm struggling, I'm scared, or I need you, and to trust that the other person will meet you with compassion rather than judgment. True friendships thrive on this kind of openness, because vulnerability creates space for trust and understanding. When someone feels safe enough to be authentic, it allows the other person to do the same. It fosters a bond that says, we're in this together, no matter what challenges come. Vulnerability doesn't always mean dramatic confessions or life-changing conversations. Sometimes it's as simple as sharing a small, honest piece of your day, an insecurity, a hope, or even a funny mistake. These moments of realness are what build the foundation of a deep, lasting connection. Yet vulnerability is not without its risks. Opening yourself up means acknowledging the possibility of being hurt or misunderstood. But these risks are outweighed by the potential for true closeness and mutual support. When both individuals are willing to embrace vulnerability, it strengthens the relationship in profound ways, creating a space where each person feels valued, seen, and accepted for who they truly are. Presence is the third pillar of genuine friendship, and in today's fast-paced, distraction-filled world, it's arguably the most endangered. To be present for someone means giving them your full attention and energy when you're together. It's not about multitasking a conversation while checking notifications or skimming through a discussion on autopilot. Real presence requires mindful engagement. It means actively listening, noticing what's unspoken, and being emotionally available in the moment. The presence isn't just about physical proximity, it's about emotional availability. You could be sitting in the same room with someone, yet still feel worlds apart if your mind is elsewhere. A genuine friendship is cultivated through moments when both people feel fully present, fully invested in the interaction. These moments can happen during long, meaningful conversations, or even during shared silence, where both parties simply enjoy each other's company. One of the most meaningful ways to demonstrate presence is by showing up when it matters most. This doesn't always mean grand gestures, but rather being there during small, everyday moments when your friend needs you. Whether it's offering comfort during a bad day, celebrating their achievements, or just sharing a meal, being present in these instances communicates that the relationship is a priority. The effort, vulnerability, and presence required for genuine friendship often stand in contrast to the way many relationships are conducted today. In a world of instant gratification, fleeting interactions, and surface-level engagement, the deeper work of cultivating a meaningful connection may feel slow or inconvenient. But it is precisely this effort that gives genuine friendship its value. It's the intentional choice to prioritize depth over ease, realness over appearances, and connection over convenience. Friendship has the power to shape our perspective on life. The people we choose to surround ourselves with hold an immense influence over how we view the world, ourselves, and even our place within it. This power often operates quietly, almost imperceptibly, but its effects are profound. True friendship isn't just about companionship or shared moments of laughter. It's about the transformative impact of having someone in your corner who believes in you, challenges you, and broadens your understanding of what's possible. These relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back not only who we are, but also who we have the potential to become. At its core, friendship is an exchange of energy and ideas. Every interaction leaves a subtle imprint, shaping the way we think, feel, and act. A positive, supportive friend has the unique ability to shift our outlook, offering new ways of seeing problems or opportunities that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. When life feels overwhelming, they can help us find clarity. When self-doubt creeps in, they can remind us of our strengths. They don't just tell us what we want to hear, they offer perspective grounded in care and truth, often helping us see a path forward we couldn't find on our own. Our perspective on challenges and setbacks is often directly influenced by those we confide in. When we face difficulties, it's natural to feel trapped in a negative mindset, viewing obstacles as insurmountable. A true friend, however, has the power to reframe these moments. They can remind us of past victories, encourage resilience, and help us see failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone. This shift in perspective, sparked by their words or presence, can make the difference between giving up and pushing forward. Their belief in our ability to overcome challenges often plants the seed of belief within ourselves. The power of friendship extends beyond encouragement. It's also a catalyst for growth. Great friends don't just validate us, they challenge us. They encourage us to question assumptions, push boundaries, and expand our horizons. This might come in the form of constructive criticism, nudging us to do better, or exposing us to new experiences, ideas, and ways of thinking. These moments of growth can feel uncomfortable, even difficult, but they are essential. A true friend isn't afraid to tell you the truth even when it's hard to hear, because their intention is rooted in care for your well-being and potential. Similarly, friends have the power to inspire. Seeing someone close to us pursue their dreams, achieve their goals, or demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity has a profound impact on our perspective. And it's a reminder that success is not reserved for others, but attainable for us as well. A friend's journey becomes a source of hope and motivation, showing us that growth, change, and achievement are possible. Think about the time since March 10th of last year. And think about the time since settled down. Their example teaches us lessons about perseverance, courage, and the power of belief, shaping not just how we see them, but how we see ourselves. Friendship also brings perspective in its simplest moments. Sharing everyday experiences with someone who understands you creates a sense of connection and stability. Even mundane conversations can shift our outlook, providing moments of laughter, comfort, or a new way of looking at the ordinary. A friend's ability to listen without judgment, to provide insight that feels tailor-made, can make even the heaviest burdens feel lighter. These small interactions, though often unnoticed at the moment, collectively shape how we move through life, adding color and richness to our days. The diversity of friendships adds to their power. Each person we connect with brings a unique lens shaped by their own experiences, values, and background. These different perspectives broaden our worldview, helping us see life from angles we might never have considered. Whether it's introducing us to new cultures, exposing us to different beliefs, or simply offering a different take on a familiar situation, friends have the power to make us more open-minded and empathetic. Through them, we learn to see the complexity and beauty of the world in a more nuanced way. Friendships are also powerful reminders of our capacity for impact. When a friend reaches out to express gratitude or tells you how much your presence means to them, it can transform how you see yourself. These moments remind us that our actions, no matter how small they might seem, have the power to touch lives in meaningful ways. Just as our friends shape us, we shape them, creating a cycle of influence that reinforces the value of connection and kindness. Over time, the perspective gained through friendships becomes a central part of who we are. The lessons we learn, the support we receive, and the growth we experience through these relationships influence how we navigate everything else in life. They remind us of the importance of authenticity, kindness, and shared humanity. This perspective is not static, it evolves with each meaningful interaction, shaping us into more grounded, empathetic, and self-aware individuals. True friends celebrate your victories as if they were their own. One of the defining characteristics of a genuine friendship is the ability to share in each other's joy without hesitation, competition, or reservation. In a world often driven by comparison and the need to measure oneself against others, true friends are the rare souls who see your success as an extension of their own happiness. They root for you wholeheartedly, not because they expect something in return, but because your victories bring them genuine delight. This form of selfless celebration is what sets a true friendship apart and gives it a profound depth that transcends superficial relationships. The act of celebrating another person's victory requires a combination of empathy, generosity, and love. It's not just about expressing happiness on the surface, it's about feeling their achievement in a way that resonates deeply within you. True friends don't fake enthusiasm or deliver polite congratulations out of obligation. They feel your triumph as if it were their own, sharing in the pride, relief, or excitement that comes with reaching a goal. They aren't just spectators in your journey. They are active participants who have often cheered you on through the ups and downs that led to the moment of success. True friends also understand what it takes to achieve something meaningful, and this understanding deepens their ability to celebrate with you. They recognize the late nights, the hard decisions, the sacrifices, and the effort that go into reaching a milestone. Their celebration isn't limited to the end result. It honors the journey, the growth, and the perseverance that made the victory possible. When someone has walked beside you through struggles and challenges, their joy in your success is all the more authentic because they've seen the full picture. There's an unspoken beauty in the way true friends share in your accomplishments, without a trace of envy or bitterness. In lesser relationships, another person's success can sometimes spark feelings of inadequacy or competition, as if someone else's gain highlights what we might lack. But genuine friendships operate on a foundation of mutual respect and love, where there's no place for such negative emotions. By the work of friendship, that is what gives life its flavor and meaning, not the general trend of what you think a friendship should be. Instead of comparing themselves to you, true friends lift you up, knowing that your victory takes nothing away from their own worth or potential. This sense of security and selflessness allows the relationship to flourish, creating a dynamic where both people can thrive. Celebrating your victories doesn't always have to be a grand affair. True friends know how to make even the smallest achievements feel significant. Whether it's sending a thoughtful message, planning a celebratory outing, or simply acknowledging your hard work with heartfelt words, they understand the importance of marking the moment. These gestures may seem small, but they carry immense meaning because they communicate a shared happiness that words alone cannot fully express. Beyond the immediate celebration, true friends often play a key role in helping you build on your successes. They encourage you to keep dreaming, growing, and striving for more, not because they see you as incomplete, but because they believe in your potential. Their support doesn't waver after the initial excitement fades. They remain invested in your journey, offering guidance, perspective, and reassurance as you move forward. This kind of steadfast encouragement is one of the greatest gifts a friend can offer, and it helps to create a cycle of growth and mutual celebration that strengthens the bond over time. True friendship is not one-sided. Just as your victories are celebrated, you find equal joy in celebrating theirs. This reciprocity creates a powerful sense of connection and trust. There is no keeping score, no measuring the size of each person's achievements, only an unwavering commitment to each other's happiness and well-being. When the success of one person feels like a win for both, it fosters a relationship rooted in collaboration and love, rather than individualism or self-interest. So, this ability to celebrate together often deepens over time, as friendships are tested and strengthened by shared experiences. When friends stand by each other through moments of failure, disappointment, and uncertainty, their celebrations become even more meaningful. Victories are no longer isolated events. They are chapters in a shared story of resilience, support, and mutual growth. Each achievement becomes a testament to the strength of the friendship and the positive impact each person has on the other's life. The energy and positivity that come from celebrating each other's victories have a ripple effect that extends beyond the friendship itself. This dynamic inspires a culture of kindness and encouragement where people feel uplifted by the success of those around them. In a world that can often feel divided or competitive, true friendships model a way of being that is collaborative, generous, and rooted in shared joy. So who is Stories? The stories of the people in our lives and the people of our town who create them. True friends aren't just there to clap for you when you've won. They've often helped you win. They've given you advice, challenged you to be better, lent a listening ear, or offered perspective during moments of doubt. Their celebration is grounded in the knowledge of what it took to achieve your victory, and that's what makes it so meaningful. In turn, their role in your success further deepens the connection between you, creating a relationship built on trust, support, and shared triumphs. So let's make a choice. Let's choose to prioritize our friendships, not as an afterthought, but as a cornerstone of our lives. Let's choose to be the kind of friends who listen without judgment, who celebrate without envy, who show up when it matters most. Because here's the secret. Friendship isn't just about what we get, it's about what we give. It's about creating a space where others can grow, thrive, and feel safe. And in doing so, we find a strength we never knew we had. As we leave here today, I challenge you to think about the friendships in your life. Who can you reach out to? Who needs to hear, "I'm here for you"? And who reminds you, in their own quiet way, that you're never alone? Friendship isn't flashy. It doesn't seek the spotlight. But it is powerful, it is transformative, and it just might be the secret to a life well lived. Thank you.